Welcome to the Deep Dive. This week, we're really cutting through the noise. We're taking a deep dive into what's been a pretty electrifying 2025 WNBA season so far.
It really has been. A lot's happening.
Yeah, we've pulled together insights from a bunch of Swish Appeal articles. We want to give you the inside scoop on, well, everything, the MVP race, which is wild, team performances.
Some big surprises there.
Definitely. And the All-Star selections, broader league trends, the whole picture.
Right.
So our mission today is basically to unearth those key nuggets, those surprising facts that'll make you feel, really clued in on the WNBA as we head towards the All-Star break.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Sounds good. And it truly is a dynamic time. Just the MVP race alone, that's been a fascinating story to watch unfold.
Totally.
If you think back to the preseason, the hype machine, well, let's be honest, the Vegas sportsbooks, they had Caitlin Clark as the MVP favorite.
Which was pretty bold, right? Considering A'ja Wilson was coming off that historic season. Exactly. A truly historic individual season. And interestingly, the WNBA GMs, their pick was actually Napheesa Collier. So right from the beginning, you had these really different viewpoints on who would, really dominate this year.
Absolutely. It kind of set the stage for the unpredictability we've seen.
Yeah.
But as things stand now, Napheesa Collier, Minnesota Lynx, she seems like the clear frontrunner.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Her efficiency numbers are just staggering. You mentioned she was on pace for only the second 5A 40-90 season ever.
Mm-hmm.
What does that actually mean for listeners? And what makes her production just so impactful this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So 5A 40-90, it means shooting 50% from the field, 40% from three-point range, and 90% from the free throw line.
Okay.
It's like the gold standard for elite efficient shooting.
Yeah.
Alana Del Don in 2019 was the only other player to do it in WNBA history.
Wow.
But what's so special for Napheesa, it isn't just hitting those rare numbers, it's doing it while leading the league in scoring 24.4 points per game and grabbing 8.5 rebounds, which is third in the league, and being a defensive force. I mean, there's that one game. She had 5 blocks and 2 steals in the first quarter alone.
Get out here. 5 blocks in a quarter.
Yeah, it just shows this complete, two-way mastery that's really lifting our whole team.
That's just unreal, that kind of dominance on both ends. Now, let's contrast that with A'ja Wilson, Las Vegas Aces. Reigning MVP, prime of her career. Fastest player to 5,000 points?
Prime age.
She's actually posting career highs in assists and steals this season, which is interesting. But her efficiency, 44.3% from the field, only 19% from three, that seems low for her.
It is. Yeah. And that's where her season takes this surprising and kind of challenging turn.
Yeah.
It certainly does. The Aces, they've really struggled this season. They're sitting at 9-11.
Which is just not what you expect from the defending champs.
Not at all. Completely unexpected. And now Wilson's dealing with this right wrist sprain. So yeah, that raises huge questions. Her immediate future, her all-star availability, and can the team even recover? They're 1-3 in the games she's missed.
Wow.
And the stats show when she's off the court, the team gets outscored by 13 points per 100 possessions. It's significant.
So it really highlights their dependency on her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The real nugget isn't just the losing record. It's how much they rely on A'ja Wilson. It shows even the best teams can, kind of unravel if that one key piece is missing or even just limited.
Yeah, their struggles are clearly way worse without her, or even with her not at 100%. Okay, so beyond those big 2 headline names, there's a player who kind of flies under the radar, but her impact is just undeniable. Alyssa Thomas, Phoenix Mercury.
Yes. The engine.
Right. What makes her so underrated? You called her the quietly having the 3rd best season type.
She truly is. I mean, look at the stats. Thomas is leading the league with 9.4 assists per game.
Leading the league. Wow.
Yep. That puts her on pace for the 2nd highest single season average in WNBA history. Only person ahead, Courtney Vandersloot, with 10 per game back in the wobble.
Okay, that wobble season, yeah.
And Thomas has already had 2 15-assist games this season.
Yeah.
Just incredible vision, playmaking, plus her scoring is up to 14.3 points per game.
Yeah.
She just affects the game in so many ways.
15 assists is just, that's quarterback numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Caitlin Clark. The hype was obviously massive coming in.
Oh, yeah. Unprecedented.
But her current spot on the MVP ladder, it's been hit by some missed games, injury stuff, and that recent shooting slump. 1 for 23 from 3.
Yeah, that was rough to watch.
Still, you can't count her out, can you? What's the feeling there?
Not at all. The potential is just immense. She's clearly capable of way more than her current 18.2 points per game average.
Yeah.
I think everyone expects her to consistently hit the mid-20s eventually.
Right.
And remember, her best game this season, against the Liberty. 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 threes.
I remember. That was electric.
Exactly, in a 14-point win. And that game, it fueled a franchise record 17 team threes for the Fever. It just shows her gravity, her impact on the entire offense, even when she's not scoring every point herself.
Yeah, that one game was like a trailer for what she can be. Okay, so beyond these, let's call them the top 4 maybe, the MVP ladder has other really interesting names making strong cases. It just shows the depth of talent.
It absolutely does. We're seeing some really cool surges, consistent high-level play. Take Alicia Gray. Atlanta Dream.
Okay.
She's been a huge driving force for them. They're 11-7 contending. And her efficiency for a guard. It's exceptional. 45.6% field goals, over 41% from 3.
41 from 3, nice.
Yeah, and 82% from the line. Plus, super low turnovers, like 1.7 a game. Just solid.
They're very solid. Who else?
Then there's Paige Buchers. Dallas Wings. Her rise has been kind of surprising, honestly. A lot of people doubted her explosiveness coming back from injury.
Right, the UConn injuries.
Exactly. But she's proving them wrong. High volume scorer, 8th in the league, almost 19 points a game. And she distributes well, too.
Okay, impressive. And then a very familiar face, Breanna Stewart. 2-time MVP, New York Liberty. Her scoring's still elite, like top 3. But I noticed her rebounds and three-point shooting are way down this year. Like, career lows.
20.8% from 3. Those are definitely career lows.
What do you make of that?
Well, it could...
Fascinating. Okay, who else is making waves in that top 10? Quick hits.
Okay, quick hits. Skylar Digg, career low, 32.5%.
Interesting trend with the shooting for some stars.
It is. By 12.
Yeah, and that crazy 8-0 start to the season. What's their secret sauce?
Well, their numbers tell a really compelling story. It's all about that team-first culture. They lead the league in assisted shot rate, 75.5%.
Meaning 3 out of 4 baskets come off a pass.
Exactly. It's a sign of just really unselfish, cohesive play. They also lead in effective field goal percentage, which accounts for the value of threes. So hyper-efficient offense and their defense, best in the WNBA, allowing less than 95 points per 100 possessions. Just incredibly tough to score on. Plus, getting Kayla McBride back from overseas. Huge boost in depth and experience.
Those numbers paint a really clear picture of dominance. But you also pointed out they haven't played the Liberty yet, or the Aces, or that surging Atlanta Dream team.
Right, that's the caveat.
So does that mean their stats might be a little inflated? Or is this dominance genuine, something that will hold up against those top teams? What's your gut feeling?
That's the fair question, right? Look, while their dominance has been undeniable against who they've played, the real test is coming, no doubt.
Okay.
But their efficiency numbers, both offense and defense, especially that assist rate and defensive rating, that suggests a really strong fundamental base that should translate. It's not just luck.
So you think it's real?
I think it's mostly real. But it'll be fascinating to see if they maintain this crazy pace against the absolute elite. That's the next chapter.
For sure. Okay, now, in contrast to the champs' struggles, the Phoenix Mercury are kind of quietly putting together a great season. 12-4, second best record.
Quiet contenders, yeah.
What's driving their success? Because they weren't necessarily pitched by everyone to be this good.
I think those 2 wins over the defending champ Liberty were huge signals.
Right, that sends a message.
Exactly. It says, hey, we're legit. And you've got key players stepping up big time. Satu Sibilia had that game against New York, 24 points, 7 for 10 from 3.
7 threes.
Yeah. And Alyssa Thomas, we already talked about her assists, but she had that near triple-double against them too. 17 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds. They're just clicking. Real chemistry there.
15 assists and 9 rebounds. Wow. Okay, speaking of struggles, though, let's circle back to the Aces. 9-11. What are the deeper issues there, beyond just maybe Ashasha being hurt now? Is there something structural that even her return might not fix immediately?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Obviously, Wilson's health is paramount. But their problems seem deeper. They had that really bad loss to Golden State, 95-68.
Yeah, I saw that scoreline. Ouch.
And they shot poorly, had more turnovers than assists, and Wilson played in that game.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just her absence.
No. It points to issues with maybe ball movement, shooting slumps across the roster, defensive breakdowns, things that aren't just about one player. They just haven't found that consistent rhythm as a unit this year.
That's a really stark contrast to the team that beat them, the Golden State Valkyries, an expansion team. 10-9 record. How on earth have they managed that?
It's pretty remarkable for an inaugural team. They've really built a strong identity around defense right from the jump.
Defense first.
Yeah. Second in defensive rating, first in opponents' effective field goal percentage. That means they make it really hard for other teams to get good looks. Super disciplined.
Who are the key players making that happen?
Kayla Thornton's been huge. She even made the All-Star team.
Right, the All-Star nod, yeah.
And Tiffany Hayes. Those veterans have really set the tone, establishing that tough defensive culture early on.
Impressive start for them. Okay, and finally, team-wise, the Chicago Sky. Rough record, 6-13. Lots of challenges, especially after Courtney Vandersloot's season-ending injury.
Yeah, losing Sloot was a massive blow.
But the real story maybe emerging from Chicago right now is Angel Reese. Her development seems accelerated.
It's been incredible to watch her growth, honestly, especially given the circumstances. Without Vandersloot, she's averaging 4.5 assists per game, stepping right into that playmaking void.
4.5 assists, wow.
Yeah, and she had that streak, 7 straight double-doubles, averaging like 17 points and 16 rebounds during that stretch.
16 rebounds a game, good grief.
It shows her ability to adapt, to evolve, to step up when her team needs her most. She's showing a versatility that, frankly, many didn't expect this early in her career. It's impressive.
That really is incredible development for a rookie. Shows real resilience. Okay, let's shift to the All-Star game itself. The voting. 50% fans, 25% players, 25% media.
Standard breakdown, yep.
And this year, 2 first-time captains.
Yeah, big news. Caitlin Clark got the most fan votes, almost 1.3 million, so she's a captain.
And the other captain.
Napheesa Collier. She got over 1.1 million votes herself.
So Clark and Collier, pretty cool moment for both, especially Clark captaining in her team's home city, Indianapolis.
Definitely adds a nice storyline.
And the other 8 starters joining them, Aaliyah Boston, Paige Buchers, Alicia Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Nika Ogwumike, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Ada Wilson. Interesting that Angel Reese and Keek Griffin just missed out on starting.
Yeah, close but not quite starters. Still reserves, though.
Now, the draft strategy, that was kind of fun to follow. Napheesa Collier basically said up front she was drafting her UConn buddies and her unrivaled co-founders, right?
She did. Brianna Stewart, Alicia Gray, Nika Ogwumike, Paige Buchers. She leaned heavily into those connections.
Sticking to the plan.
Pretty much, yeah. Prioritizing those personal connections, those established relationships.
Okay, and then Caitlin Clark's strategy seemed different. More geared towards her WNBA teammates, maybe school ties, like picking Aaliyah Boston, Sabrina Ionescu, Audra Wilson.
It did seem that way. Maybe a bit more focused on current teammates or recent opponents, perhaps. It raises that interesting question, doesn't it? How much do those personal connections actually influence team building in an all-star game?
Yeah, where the goal is maybe just more about putting on a show than, winning at all costs.
Exactly. It adds this layer of personal narrative, maybe loyalty, to what's essentially an exhibition. It's not just about picking the quote-unquote best player available. It's about chemistry, existing bonds.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes for a more fun game to watch.
Could be. And we also got the coaches swapped, right? Cheryl Reeve from the Lynx coaches team Collier, Sandy Brondello from the Liberty coaches team Clark.
Yep, another little twist. Add some intrigue there.
But the big curveball, Aja Wilson's wrist injury, happened after the draft.
Ugh, yeah. Terrible timing.
So that throws her availability for the actual game into doubt, right? And Team Clark might need a replacement. That'd be a huge loss.
It would be a huge loss for the game, for the fans, for Team Clark.
Yeah.
And just a stark reminder, again, of the insane physical demands on these athletes playing year-round at this level.
Absolutely. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Broader league trends. One of the biggest has to be the three-point shot. It just keeps accelerating.
It really does. It feels like last season's record for attempts per game is definitely going to be shattered this year. It's not even close.
And teams are strategically leaning into it hard. It's changing how even the biggest stars play their game.
Exactly right. Look at the Atlanta Dream. New coach, Carl Smesko. He's actively trying to get players like Brittney Griner and Brianna Jones, traditional post players, to shoot more from outside.
Really? Griner shooting threes?
Or I know incorporated more, yeah. And Phoenix. Coach Nate Tibbetts is basically overhauling the shot profiles for Kalia Copper and Sato Sabali. More threes, fewer mid-range shots.
Ah, Tibbetts. He's the one who called the mid-range what was it?
The manure strip.
The manure strip, right. That's blunt.
It is blunt. But it really highlights this seismic shift in offensive thinking across the league. Analytics driving strategy.
Does that kind of blunt talk resonate with players? Or is it just, this is the math, deal with it?
Probably a bit of both, I think players who are adaptable, who embrace the analytics, they'll thrive. It's definitely a strategic directive. Maximize points per possession. And the best players are finding ways to extend their range to fit that modern game.
Makes sense. Okay, another trend shaping the early part of the season, maybe less obvious, is the impact of players returning late from overseas.
Oh yeah, that's a constant challenge every single year for WNBA teams, isn't it?
Seems like it. Players landing just days before the season, sometimes even after it starts, coming off these demanding seasons abroad.
It really is tough. You got players like Leonie Fibich for the Liberty, Ezzy Magbeger for the Storm, examples of players juggling intense, basically year-round schedules. And the physical toll, playing non-stop without real rest. It raises serious questions about injury risk, performance levels.
Burnout too, probably.
For sure. And strategically. It means teams that do have more roster continuity, fewer players integrating late, like maybe the Indiana Fever this year, they could potentially...
Potential strategic advantage for teams like Indiana that didn't have as many key players coming back late.
This is 31. They're all either in their prime or, approaching the later stages.
Right. The window dug into the all-star draft strategies and looked at these big foundational shifts in how the game, maybe adapting their games, maybe tweaking shot profiles, and new talent.
Brilliance, but you also need it to fit within a cohesive, efficient team structure. Maybe the players who can best blend those two things, adapting their incredible individual skills to elevate team strategies.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the ones who will really define the next era. It's a fascinating balance to watch.
It really is. Okay, keep an eye on all these storylines unfolding. Let's just continue to appreciate the incredible talent and dedication shaping this WNBA season.